Welcome to Movie Obscura with Adrian and Kelly. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Kelly.
This week we are continuing our Bruce Campbell tribute.
Yeah, the Bruce Fest.
Yes, the Bruce Fest. This one was the 2007 My Name is Bruce.
My Name is Bruce.
Directed by Bruce Campbell.
By Bruce.
Written by Bruce Campbell.
Bruce.
Produced by Bruce Campbell.
Bruce.
This movie is about
Bruce
Campbell, basically, yes. Everything about
Bruce.
this, everything we're going to say.
Except for the fact that he really didn't play his true self. He played kind of a drunken mockery of himself.
Yeah, exactly. And the townsfolk thought that he was an actual hero.
No, not the boy.
Yeah.
You know, when they start out the movie, how it all starts is, they go to that graveyard because when I get laid, those two chicks.
Right, yeah.
Morticia.
Yeah, the Little Debbie and Big Debbie.
Yeah, Little Debbie and Big Debbie.
Which I thought was kind of nice, taking it off the snack cakes.
Little Debbie, yeah.
Yeah. The guy was hoping to get a snack cake.
So they go to that graveyard and they're smashing shit and just being rowdy little emo kids is pretty much what they were.
Yep. And
then he takes that medallion off of the mine shaft, the cave-in mine shaft, and that's when it all starts.
In comes in...
now this kid, he's a huge Bruce Campbell.
He's got everything. He's got stand-up cardboard cutouts of he's got outfits.
Every movie poster he's ever been in, outfits, actual, like...
The outfits from...
the movies.
Yes, the outfits from Evil Dead. And there was one that was from Army of Darkness.
No.
So he's a big Bruce Campbell fan, and it says that the townsfolk is mistaken for his character Ash from the Evil Dead trilogy. That's not entirely true.
No,
because they brought up Ash once.
The kid, you go through, Bruce is shooting a shitty movie called Cave Alien
2.
Is he?
Yeah, it was Cave Alien 2.
Yeah, the sequel. And he goes back to his trailer, love his trailer.
Yeah,
and his drunk dog.
Yeah, it was just a metal shell, basically.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those old school Aerostreams.
Yep.
A really small one at that. Anyway, so then the kid, because they released the... Wonton,
No. Yeah,
Ding dong,
and I should know because the mayor and the sheriff sang his name.
I love that. It reminded me of what the hell was that movie called? 2001 Maniacs. Where there was
Juan D.
There you go. In 2001 Maniacs, there were two guys that walked around strumming guitars and singing about the movie as it was going out. And that's what they did exactly in this movie.
Kind of like what they did in Feast 3, right at the end.
The Mexican dude.
After the monster stomped on the bartender, yeah.
But so anyway, they released this
Juan Dean
from that cave, and he's the god of war and the protector of bean curd.
Yes, and funny about that was it was the town is called Gold Lick.
Gold Lick, yeah.
And there was a lot of the Chinese immigrants that came into Gold Lick for the gold.
Because they worked the mine there.
Yep.
There's like over 100 and some odd.
And their favorite thing to eat, they lived off bean curd.
Yep.
So this guy was the protector of bean curd.
And the god of war.
In the God of War,
very, very interesting job title.
Yeah.
I am the God of War and the protector of bean curd.
Well, since the Chinese at that time wasn't into much war, he probably needed a second job.
Yeah.
So he was going to protect the bean curd.
Yeah.
But
the income level on his God of War wasn't too good. He had to get that second job.
We see Bruce Campbell, and he's kind of... First of all, he's not really into his movie. Doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't like his movies anyway.
He doesn't like his movies.
Okay. The best part about the beginning where he's on the set and that, PA, Bruce, you really get a sense of how he's going to play the character in this movie from this scene where, you know, he's pushy, kind of, I'm Bruce Campbell. Bitches, back off.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to that PA, where's my lemon water? I want lemon water.
Oh, yeah.
And the PA digs to the garbage, gets an empty bottle of lemon water, and pisses in it, brings it to Bruce. Bruce takes a swig and goes, as the PA's walking away and goes, hey! It's warm. And he continues to drink.
He goes, man, this is really good. He starts drinking more.
It. Anyway, so that's how you get a sense of, you know, he's kind of an arrogant prick.
Yes.
You know, and that's how he's going to play his character throughout this movie. So then, anyway, so the kid, what is that kid's name anyways? So we don't just keep calling him the kid.
Jeff.
Jeff ends up, after releasing Juan Dean.
Or Juan D.
Juan D?
Yeah, Juan D.
Juan D, yeah.
Which I love. I love the song. In fact, it was like a country western song, and I played it a few times. It was a great. The mayor.
We ride.
The mayor and the sheriff are singing Juan D.
Oh yeah.
It's great. I loved it.
But so he decides, since he's such a big Bruce Campbell fan and thinks Bruce Campbell's this huge hero, you know, he can fight any monster and win. He's going to get Bruce Campbell. He convinces the entire town that Bruce Campbell can save them.
Well, because when they go into the graveyard, Juan D chops off Little Debbie's head, chops off Big Debbie's head, and chops off the hand of his friend,
and then chops his
head off. So that's why he's this.
So he hightails it, and Bruce is drunk. Kid knocks on the doors, talking to him, trying to convince him to come. And Bruce basically slams the door in his face. Then
it was funny what Bruce said though, when he was telling him about this Juan D.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, get yourself an A-list actor, make it a subplot, and get a bunch of cheesy lines. Now get out of here! And he pushes him out.
It's like the kid was trying to,
sell a story to him. It's great. I loved it.
So Bruce is so into the movie world. He has lost total grasp on reality. Everything's about his movie stardom, you know. Anyway, so then there's another knock at the door. Bruce flings the door open and then notices a quarter on the step there. Ooh, a quarter. Goes to bend over, pick it up, and all of a sudden all you see is a baseball bat hit him in the back of the head.
His face, he looked just like Ash.
He
looked just, he looked just, you gotta do that in the camera.
Well?
He looked just like Ash in that, when he did that. I laughed hysterically at that.
So then the next scene, he's in the trunk of the kid's car, and they're hauling ass
and of course, Jeff is very respectable. I got some Twinkies in there.
I got a flashlight, Twinkies. All the Twinkies were smashed.
Yeah.
And an empty bottle.
Yep. If you had to take a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was very respectful to Mr. Campbell.
Yep. Well, it's his idol. It's his hero.
It is, absolutely.
Jeff's his number one fan.
And
if you ever seen Misery, you never want to hang out with your number one fan.
Oh, yeah. Point taken there. So, and they go to the Gold Lake. Now, the population at the time was 339 people.
That's right. Every time somebody dies, that Frenchman comes out.
Yes. Now, the Frenchman was Ted Raimi, who was Sam Raimi's son. Now, Sam Raimi is the one that made the Evil Dead trilogy.
I love this guy. This guy just cracked me up every time. And he had such a horrible, the mustache.
Yes.
The thick, dumb French accent.
Yes, and he had the French beret.
The painter's clothes, and he had, just to go change the sign. That was the guy's job.
Yes, it was.
Anytime somebody died or was born, he'd have to go repaint the number on the wooden sign.
And since it was 339, and since 6 people had died since he came back, he just blotched up the 9 to make it look like a 3.
Did a really crappy job at that.
It was really bad. And then afterwards, he started using, for all you guys that know about transportation, when you have to put the numbers
when you'd have to
stick the numbers, he would just stick the numbers on there.
Pounded a nail in and just put the little
the little
slides on there.
Yes, that was, So he, obviously he was pretty much tired of doing that job because he didn't want to do it anymore.
Everybody come dying.
And before he died, he put his number on there.
Yeah. He looks at this.
331, and he put his 0 there, and then he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone is in disarray there, and Campbell, he now thinks this is his birthday gift.
Oh yeah, from his agent.
Yes,
because his agent had told him in a strip club that he's going to get a huge
surprise.
Yeah.
So he thinks this is all a ruse. He thinks this is, oh man,
yeah, they're all just actors and actresses, and they're just doing this huge elaborate.
This is like Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
they don't believe any of it. Yes. They think that they're just been hired out to fulfill some group of people's fantasy of playing out this.
Yes, and so he thinks it's all a ruse. So he's acting big and bad, and he goes to the bar where he's just eating a monster feast. I mean, they prepared a feast. I mean, he must have.
What's the guy got to do to get some food around here?
He must have had.
And his table's just completely full of food.
He must have had like 5 racks of ribs because he was just pounding. He was pounding the beers down. I noticed something on the sign though. The bar.
That his name was spelled wrong?
Yeah, well, he did say that. He goes, my name is spelled wrong, but
you try getting my name spelled right.
But the beer there, the bottles were $1.25, and tap was 75 cents. If you notice that on the wall.
In 2009?
2007, yeah.
Oh, was this 2007?
Yeah, that's a cheap bar.
That is a cheap bar.
That's a cheap date.
It's a small town. It's only got 333 people currently residing in it.
Well, yeah, you'd think that they raise the prices to keep it up.
Why? There's a gun shop and a tavern. What do the rest of them do for a living besides marrying and sheriffing?
Well, they were all related to these miners.
They were all related to each other.
Yeah.
It was called Gold Lick for a reason.
Well, yeah, because Bruce Campbell was, who's all related here? And they all put their hand out. I mean,
at the town meeting?
Yeah, the town meeting.
When they
introduced that Bruce was going to save the town.
When
I had to rewind that because I
did slideshow.
Because
they explained, exactly that all these they had been caved in and nobody had rescued him or whatnot. Is that how it was? Because I never did really catch on to what the hell was going on.
The mining cave caved in.
Yeah.
And nobody got saved.
Nobody from the town went to save any of the Chinese. Okay. Juan Dean
was going to avenge the people that were responsible for not saving them.
Yeah, which they were all related.
And that's why he's going to kill the whole city or the whole town.
What about that little over stereotyped Chinaman?
Oh gosh, his name was he was kind of a weird.
His character was awesome though. He's in there, at the town meeting, and he goes up and he explains, about Juan D or whatever, and he starts doing all that hype karate shit.
Yep.
And did that save all of you? Did that stop the curse? No? Fuck it.
His name was Wing.
Wing, yeah.
Yeah, he was out there. He had the long Fu Manchu.
His exit scene. He had to do it take 2.
Yeah, he disappears. He goes, "Where'd he go?" And then you see him walking outside the tavern.
Flips him off.
He flips him off. So he was telling the story about Juan D and what they would have to do. Yep. And Bruce is still not. He's still not
buying into it.
No. He's not taking it seriously.
So they go and they dance. He dances with Jeff's mom.
Kelly Graham.
Yep. And, she was born in 1982, for God's sakes. She looked a lot older than what would have she been in 2007.
Whoa, jeez.
Not that old.
No, she would have been in 82.
Because I was born in 78.
Yeah, I was too.
So that would make her, 32 currently?
Mm-hmm.
So
you take that, she would have been 28.
Wow.
And she had a son that old?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, it's a country thing. You remember?
I think she did say that too. I think she did say that.
She did say that. Anyway, that was us doing math, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
So Kelly is, she don't like Bruce Campbell.
She doesn't like him at all. She thinks he's just arrogant and stuck up.
Yeah.
So, but they end up dancing, and then those sparks kind of.
Well, then I think she falls in love with him.
Well, you got to make it quick.
Well,
they got to get to the monster.
Well, yeah. But so he goes to the gun shop,
yeah.
and this guy.
These two guys, they're rednecks from hell. They are just total rednecks. One's got a camo shirt on that says "Got ammo."
Yep.
The other one's wearing the flannel.
Yep.
But did you see the scene at the bar when those Kelly and Bruce were dancing and they bumped into those two guys?
Yep.
And one of them put his hand on the other's arm. Are you okay, honey?
Yeah, yeah. So you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
It was funny.
But this guy that had got ammo, he knew his stuff. He was talking.
He was going right through it as Bruce. And then the mayor's like, you know, why don't we let Bruce? Bruce, what do you think? Slide action.
Yeah. And well, we don't have that.
But I can see you guys don't have that gun, so, you know, we'll use that piston slide.
Yeah.
Long slide.
Yeah. He goes, here, the 44 long slide. Yeah, that's what we'll use.
That's what we'll use.
So he had no idea.
And this is where Jeff presents him with the chainsaw.
That chainsaw rocked.
That was pretty cool. All full chrome, red chain on it.
It said BC 5000.
Yeah, the thing was just
that
killer.
was badass.
Yeah, and then Bruce picking it up. I killed a lot of zombies with the chainsaw. But when it comes down to it, just too damn happy.
Yeah, give it back to him.
The kid is so forlorn and just so heartbroken at that point.
Yeah, and I thought for sure that Bruce was going to use it, but he never got to use the BC 5000.
So that's when the whole town, they got guns and ammo. They head out in the back of pickup trucks, go get this monster. Mm-hmm. They head out to the woods. This is where Bruce realizes finally, holy shit, it's real.
Yeah, he sees that. He goes. Well, like every good hero, retreat. And that's
off he goes.
And now he's trying to leave the city.
Oh yeah, the city.
It was the little village.
Yeah.
And he's telling people to kiss his ass because he thinks he's going.
He jumps on the back of that truck. You can kiss my ass!
And they just go...
And then parks right in front of the tavern.
Yeah,
and did a circle.
Yeah, and he's like... And now people are shooting at him and firing darts and throwing shit at him.
He jumps in the back of whatever truck and takes off. Then next thing you see him walking up to his trailer.
He gets back to his trailer, and then we see this nurse that's in a stripper outfit.
And that was the actual present from his.
That was the actual surprise.
And she's only halfway through her transgender operations anyway.
Yeah.
Then she starts to lift up her skirt.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then he gets a call. He gets a call from Jeff saying that, and Jeff says he's going to do it himself.
Yeah, where he's putting on his emo gear.
Yeah, he has a full emo gear, everything.
His hair is all Pikachu spiked up.
Yeah, he's got the bandana, he's got the wrist, he's got the gloves.
Black on chrome.
You get the Evil Dead shirt on.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna go out there.
He wore, in the very first scene, he had the Bubba Hotep shirt on.
Yep.
And then I think he wore the Evil Dead throughout the rest of the movie. But I thought that was funny. There's way too much emo in that kid.
Yeah, and he was, and
walks out with a baseball bat.
He was actually, Bruce had finally realized that, Jeff's going out there, and he sees Kelly throwing all of his gear, all of his stuff away.
It's a limited edition!
Yeah.
It's one of his action figures from Army of Darkness.
And he goes, that's a limited edition! Yeah. All the posters and the books and his movies, all going in the trash, and he made the hooker give him a ride back into town in the Gold Lake.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Hey, are we gonna fuck or what?"
And that's while he's talking to Kelly, going, "I've changed.
Yeah.
I've realized the errors of my way. I think I might even, I'm not a sex crazed maniac like that. Hey, you still owe me $100, and we need to have sex."
Yeah.
And he's like, damn.
Yeah.
Then he runs over and hands her the money. And give me a rain check on the XA.
Yeah. X-Day for Later-Lay.
Later-Lay,
Yeah, Later-Lay. But he ends up going in, and he ends up.
So him and Kelly end up going back to the graveyard to take on Wandi and save Jeff. Yeah,
because Jeff was in a world of hurt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
He was out of his element.
Yeah, he was way out of his element.
That kid was about 85 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, pretty much. and they use bean curd
as a deterrent.
Yes, as a deterrent to get the medallion that Jeff took off back on to the shed.
Yeah.
To get
so
him.
they set up the dynamite, which was just totally ridiculous.
Oh my! Yes.
I don't suppose you have any dynamite back here. Jeff's like, well, I do.
Yes, he did have the dynamite. And the bean curd, he keeps throwing bean curd at him. He just catches it.
Yeah, Bruce is tossing it. They stole the bean curd. Kelly went to Wang or Wong's house.
Yes.
His little shack that's in the graveyard.
Yes.
And steals a whole box of bean curd from him.
And Bruce is throwing it at him, and he's rolling it to him,
and Juan D is just stacking it up ever so lovingly.
Yes, and very carefully, making sure none fall.
He is the protector of bean curd.
He is the protector of bean curd, and then they have the dynamite. They blow it up. They blow up the
shack. That's after Bruce. They used one of his cutouts to try to lure him into the cave so that they could blow the cave. But as soon as he got there, Juan D got to it, and he realized that it's not the real Bruce. So Bruce, he manned up, ran, chased, knocked Juan D into the cave, and that's when they blew it up.
And you thought that Bruce was going to die too, because he looked like he didn't get out in time.
No, but he came out from the rebel, and then they put the medallion back on it. Off they take. Next scene, it's Juan D coming back at him, and then all of a sudden,
that's right. And that's when the movie stops.
The movie stops. Bruce stands up in front of a projector screen. Why can't we ever have a happy ending in a horror movie? And it's like a viewing room with the producer, director, and Bruce.
Yeah, and the writer goes, "I'll think about it."
Yeah.
And they make this elaborate scene where him and Kelly get married. Jeff gets accepted to Harvard
on a C average.
Yeah, they're in a big, huge house, and
he's in a smoking jacket with a pipe.
Yes, and after that, Bruce goes, "Now that's the ending I want to see." And then the screen rips open, and Juan D,
while they're in the viewing room, Juan D comes through and grabs him, and that's the end.
Now we do a rating system here on Movie Obscura on bean. We're gonna do this on bean curd.
Yes, bean curd.
1 through 5. How would you rate My Name Is Bruce?
I'm going to give it about a 3. There's an average, 3 bean curd. It was pretty average. It was a little too kind of tongue-in-cheek. I mean, it got pretty frickin' bad, with the jokes and the cheesiness of it.
I would have to give this one. No, I gave Bubba Hotep. I gave that 5, or I gave that 3.
See, but the comedy in that one wasn't that goofy, stupid comedy that was in this one. This one was just full of slapstick.
Yeah, this one,
But it was made that way. This is the kind of movie that you can watch maybe once or twice.
Yes.
And you'll probably never think of it again.
Yes,
but it was still a good movie.
This one I give 2.5.
2.5.
But it's average. A little above average.
I think on this one we got to give another rating. We have to give it a cheese factor.
What would you give this on a cheese factor?
About a 7.5 out of 10.
I would have to agree. The cheesiness of this movie. Nobody was taking this movie.
Tongue-in-cheek and just slapstick.
No one took this movie seriously.
I know. I mean, it was well shot. The lighting was good. Sound was great. Yeah. But I mean, and the acting wasn't horrible or bad. It was just the way it was written was to be a cheesy B flick.
Yes, and that's what Bruce Campbell was known for, is his B movies.
Yeah. And I think it was kind of a pot shot in himself,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Bruce Campbell has never taken
himself as an actor seriously.
Yeah, he never has.
But he's made a career out of it.
Absolutely.
Out of being able to do that.
Everybody knows who Bruce Campbell is.
Everybody does. Can you name another B movie action star or horror or hero?
No,
I mean, honestly,
he's probably the legend. He's probably the legend of B movies.
Yeah, and it all came out of the Evil Dead.
Yep, absolutely. Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi, who's his son, played.
Remember that scene in this one where
Mills in there.
God, where was it? But he brought up Sam Raimi when they were up in the loft, Jeff's loft.
Yeah, he goes. This might be difficult. You ever worked with Sam Raimi?
Yeah.
He took a total.
Yeah,
he took a total shot at him.
Yeah.
So, but now, I was looking up here at our mothership, and it looks like there was one that's called with Bruce Campbell, Alien Apocalypse.
Oh my God, that's probably the movie that he was making fun of.
Yeah, that movie.
He was probably the alien.
That movie was made in 05.
An astronaut, Dr. Ivan Hood, and his fellow astronaut Kelly return to their mission in space to find the world has been taken over by aliens.
So
this very well could be Cave Aliens.
And
the movie Cave Aliens and Bruce.
Oh sure, yeah.
Bruce. He could have been making pot shots at this flick.
Well, and there's another one here that says Man with the Screaming Brain. It stars Bruce Campbell, and he directed this one. And that's also in 05.
The brains of a Russian taxi driver and a wealthy businessman are brought together in one body by a mad scientist.
Oh
my God.
We could do like 2 more episodes of Bruce Campbell to keep the Bruce Fest going.
The Bruce Fest? We want to do a month-long Bruce Fest here?
We might as well. We might as well do Alien Apocalypse and the Man with the Screaming Brain.
Oh, I was going to mention, we probably won't be doing a Return to Oz either, because that's a Disney movie.
Are you sure?
Well, when I pushed play,
yeah,
and a giant Disney logo came up,
really?
I'm pretty much positive that it's a Disney movie.
Because it said that she was brought back to Oz by a mad scientist.
I don't know, man.
Well, we won't be doing Return to Oz, ladies and gentlemen. No. We're not going to go
Return to Oz. We'll still do Frankenhooker. I think you got a good idea here. We'll do Man with the Screaming Brain and Alien Apocalypse, a.k.a. Cave Alien.
Yeah, exactly. And then we will, we'll wrap up. Wrap up Bruce Fest with the Alien. We'll do Man with the Screaming Brain
next week, and
then we'll wrap up the Bruce Fest with Alien Apocalypse.
That sounds fun.
And we will still be doing. We still will get Frankenhooker.
Yep. And then I want to do I Saw the Dead and oh crap, now I can't think. Oh, Deadheads. That.
Oh yes.
The conscious zombie movie.
And there was we had a list that.
Not Warm Bodies.
We had a list of movies that we were going to do. We'll
yeah, but we've really put scratch marks on that list. The Room.
Not doing it.
That's softcore porn.
Yep, not doing it. Return to Oz just got
taken off. I don't remember what happened to the list.
That's fine. We don't. But
we'll do these two.
We'll do these two, and then we'll do. Now we've been talking about it. Let's see. What about Midnight Meat Train?
You see, we could do it, but it'd be one of those another serious movie because there is no comedy in it. But we could do it. And I got no problem with that.
Let's go ahead and
do you like how we do business on the podcast?
Let's do this. Let's go with the cheesy factor. Let's go cheese factor. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do Man with the Screaming Brain and Alien Apocalypse, and then at the end we're gonna rate which of the Bruce Campbells were the best.
There you go.
And rate them all as a whole, as the 4 movies. Bubba Hotep.
You ladies and gentlemen are proud witnesses to the brainstorming of Adrian and Kelly.
Yes, Bubba Hotep. My name is Bruce. Alien Apocalypse, the Man with the Screaming Brain. We're gonna wrap them all into one.
And then choose our favorite.
Choose our favorite one, and then rate those 4 as a whole.
As a whole.
We're gonna rate it. How many Bruce Campbells we give it?
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, for Movie Obscura, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Adrian.
Hey, guess what? We out.